Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 29th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this temptation card. It says, what is tempting you at this moment may not be a wise choice. You also have this card that says, time is up. No second chances, no revisiting. There's something better waiting. So there could be something better that is on its way to you, and that's what I would be looking for. You know, what's really interesting, Sagittarius, is it seems to be a time where there's something better kind of like coming in for all of us. I think that, we are living in a time where it seems like maybe we have reached our limit, or we can't, that there's nothing better for us, and then boom, something better is coming. So that's what I would say for you. You start out with the Temperance card, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Wands. The Temperance card is you. So you are showing up in a very strong position at this time, and whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. You have the Tower here. What's really interesting is that pretty much everyone has had the Tower this week. So there could be some sort of global Tower moment. We're in a time of global Tower moments. I said this like months and months ago, and there have been a bunch of Tower moments. So, I think you can just expect more. It's the time that we're in. But you have the Temperance card. Temperance is about, turning a negative into a positive. So even if there is something going on in your life that isn't so positive, I feel like the Temperance card says you have the power to transmute that situation and turn it around. So I would do whatever you can to turn your situation around, or to work on your situation and make it better. And I feel like that's what the Temperance card really reminds us to do. You have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is about having put in a lot of work. And so I feel like you have, the story of the Ten of Wands is that he planted those 10 wands, and now he's walking back to his home back here, and he's about to release his burdens. He's about to have a harvest. So he planted those wands, and now he's getting, the results of all his labor. So I do feel, we have the Empress, the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the King of Pentacles. These are all abundant cards that really say that you are about to receive like a reward or some abundance for the hard work that you have been doing. And again, I think that really the Nine of Wands is a card that says don't give up, but I kind of get that energy on the Ten of Wands. I feel like the Ten of Wands is saying you are so close to accomplishing your goal, or to getting the abundance you desire, and now is not the time to give up. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is like conflict and competition. There are a few things that are going on in the astrology that I think are making people feel conflicted about the direction of their life. And so it's like, on one hand, I don't want to say ignore it. I think it's important that we pay attention to the energy. I feel it's even more important that we really pay attention to our feelings and our emotions and how we're feeling about things. But I also just want to remind everybody that I think that, again, there's a lot going on that could be making us feel conflicted, and it's a Mercury retrograde. So if you're feeling conflicted about the direction in your life, it's a perfect month, the whole entire month, not just the week. It's a perfect month for you to kind of like slow things down and to really look at what you want out of life, and just to kind of, if you are conflicted, just sit with the feeling and just say, why am I feeling conflicted about this direction? And it's a great time for introspection. It's a great time to look for answers. So really, there's no rush, is what it's saying, and that's kind of the energy I get off the Five of Wands. It's like, it's not good, it's not bad in your reading. I feel it's just saying introspect, right? Take some time to think about why you have these feelings. With the Temperance card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So again, definitely an increase in your finances. I think we have a lot of abundant stuff going on in this reading. Pretty much everyone gets the Ten of Pentacles nowadays, and we are in a time where I do believe the universe is really encouraging people to kind of live their wildest dreams. We have Neptune in Pisces, for example, which is the big impossible dream. We have Saturn in Pisces, which says get your ass moving and manifest that dream. We also have Uranus in Taurus, which I think gets forgotten. That Uranus and Taurus energy really pushes people to create more freedom in their life. And, that could be financial freedom, could be love freedom, it could be any type of freedom that you desire. But, Ten of Pentacles is part of that, because Ten of Pentacles is building the foundation of, whatever you desire. So a lot of you are clearly working on that. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, don't give up. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. Now, if there are things that are causing conflict in your life, of course, I would walk away from those things. But again, I think that the Eight of Cups, he's walking away from those 8 cups because they no longer fulfill him. And we don't really know where he's walking. He's just walking in a new direction. And so you could find yourself like moving in new directions. With the Five of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. You could be conflicted about holding on to something, or whether or not something is actually as good as it seems. What did that first card say? It said, no second chances, no revisiting. There's something better waiting. So again, some of you, it's almost like you're having the realization that something is just a comfort zone. You know, it could be a person, a place, or a thing. It doesn't matter what it is. I feel like it's causing that inner conflict. Again, I still feel it's not necessarily, like, I don't think the reading is saying run away from this. I feel it's saying process. Maybe that's a better word. Like, you need to process how you feel about something, and maybe you will run away from it or walk away from it, or put it to rest, right? Let's put it that way as well. But at the same time, I think that the first row is really asking you to process something, and maybe because when we just run away from something, it's like we don't process it, we don't get the lesson. So maybe this is saying, instead of running away, process the situation, get the lesson, and then move away, right? And I don't know, I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Probably not, but there you go. In the area of what's coming in for you, you have this happiness card. It says things are going well and feeling fulfilled. Go after your dreams. The universe is giving you a big yes. Boom. There you go. You have a settling card. There you go. Again, it says your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. Yes. See, and it says allow yourself the time and the space, right? And there's something very important about that. Why? I have no freaking clue. It could just be because it's a Mercury retrograde and, you should just take your time. But I feel like this is saying, allow yourself the time to not settle. It's like you're going to find something that will make you very happy. You have the Empress, total happiness, abundance, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. You have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Empress is about, sitting in luxury. Everything about her is meant to represent luxury. Even her clothing folds into the creases of her body, and it is meant to represent luxury because, it's like heavy fabric, so everything about her is meant to represent enjoying life. And I feel for a lot of you, it's time for you to enjoy life, for you to find happiness and abundance. But, at the same time, I feel like you're in this processing mode in the first row. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like quick success. Eight of Wands also has to do with our focus. So we get what we focus on. And the Eight of Wands is meant to represent you focusing on what you want, you focusing on the things that you desire, and then you can attract it more quickly. I look at the Eight of Wands as a card of inspiration. Usually, if we start to kind of send signals to the universe and tell the universe what we want, the universe responds with like sign symbols, synchronicities, inspirations, things like that. And I would be paying attention to where you are being inspired. I feel like that is what is going to make you more successful just in life in general. You have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like that stuck feeling. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. But Eight of Swords says you can set yourself free very easily by, all she has to do is lean up against those swords. And then she can take her blindfold off, and she can see that she can easily set herself free. The story of the Eight of Swords is that she was put here at low tide, and she's afraid that she's going to drown because the tide is coming up. But again, she could easily set herself free. There's no one there preventing her from moving forward. And I feel for a lot of you that there's nothing really that's preventing you from moving forward other than your vision, seeing how you can set yourself free. With the Empress, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands literally is a card of like following your bliss, moving towards things and focusing on the things that make you feel abundant, focusing on the things that make you feel joy, love, happiness, all those things. The story of Page of Wands is that he is just enthusiastic about a new direction, or he is just enthusiastic about a direction that he could potentially move in. And I feel like that's what you need to do here is like follow your enthusiasm, your bliss, your joy, whatever you want to call it. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Again, she has a blindfold on. The Two of Swords, the blindfold on her, on the Two of Swords, represents that she needs to trust her intuition. So your intuition could be guiding you at this time in a better direction. And I would listen to your inner voice. I would listen to that inner voice that is guiding you or telling you to do something that you want to do with your life. And that's exactly what I would do with the Two of Swords is, move in those directions that bring love, joy, happiness, abundance into your life. I feel for a lot of you that, there's a little bit of fear here. She's afraid that she's going to get hit by these rocks right here if she tries to go to this new island. But again, if she takes her blindfold off, she will see the situation for what it is. It's low tide on this card too. She can just walk across to that island. So, both of these cards here kind of say that you need to see your situation for what it actually is by taking the blindfold off. And I think that if you really examine your current situation, you will see that there are some easy ways to set yourself free. With the Eight of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. So twice right here. The King of Pentacles kind of represents your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. He has these grapes on his cloak, and grapes in the tarot represent something that's very difficult to grow. And so the card itself says that you have a skill that is difficult for most people to do, but you could be good at it, and that could be the thing that will set you free. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Envy and Protection card. You have this Key card. It says Lock and Unlock on it. I kind of feel like something is being unlocked for you, or that there's an opportunity that is going to be revealed to you. The Tower doesn't have to be a bad card. The Tower can represent a light bulb moment, or you kind of having a sudden revelation, and I'm wondering if that's what this is. This could just be you having a revelation or a new understanding about your life or your direction. You have the Five of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Tower. The Five of Swords is about taking a risk, and I feel for a lot of you that you could be taking a risk at this time, or you could be stepping out of a comfort zone. With the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords is normally kind of like a card of winning at all cost, but I do feel like you're winning with this Five of Swords. It's like you could be walking away from things. We know this because the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, also the Tower could definitely say that you are bringing an end to a situation in your life, but it looks to me like it's a good thing. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, the King of Pentacles is a card of wealth. He's also the card of the grapes, the skill that you have. So I feel like there could be a skill or a talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have that could make you very successful moving forward. And I would embrace your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. He's also Taurus. So he kind of represents that slow, steady, methodical approach to whatever you're trying to accomplish. And you have two Taurus cards here, Empress and then the King of Pentacles. So, even though you are a Sagittarius, yes, I understand that, it doesn't matter. I think that you are taking this kind of like slow, methodical approach. Remember, we were talking about how you need to process something at this time. And I think that that slower approach will be very helpful. You do have the Tower, and again, we're going to clarify in just a second, but, the Tower can represent a Tower moment. I kind of feel this is a light bulb moment that you are having in your life. You even have the Hermit right next to it. The Hermit has this light in his lantern that is the star, and the star comes up after the Tower, which would represent healing from a Tower moment. But I kind of feel that with the Hermit, it's saying that you shining your inner light is going to be the thing that sets you free. With the Five of Swords, you have the King of Wands. Even though the King of Wands is Aries, we could say that this is your energy. We could say that you are coming up in a strong position. The Five of Swords is the card of kind of being the winner. And I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of, overcoming some sort of obstacle with the Five of Swords, or that you have won something in your life. Maybe it feels like you won at all cost, because we have the Five of Wands right here. And so there could be, maybe in the past you have experienced some losses but these losses have led to a win in your life. And, I definitely get that feeling here. I'm not sure where that's going. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Death card. I think that some of you could be changing the way that you work, or changing the way that you are working in your life. The Death card is a transformation. On the Death card, the King is dead. On the Death card right here, and right now we are definitely in a time of the death of establishment. We have Pluto going over the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. I've said it before in the past, I'll say it again in the future, because like in October, it's going to move over the cusp again, and it's going to officially move into Aquarius in November. Pluto will. And so we are going to see a lot of establishments crumbling. We've seen tons of establishments crumbling with Pluto, in Aquarius, but also it's gone over the cusp several times. It's retrograded over that cusp a couple of times. It's going over again. It's going to go over again in October, November. So it's just the time that we're in, right? But on a personal level, we could see certain things that have been established in our life kind of crumbling, but it's giving birth to something new. With the Tower card, you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is like a new dream. The Page of Cups could be love, but with the Tower, he has this fish right here in his cup. And I always say that fish might not exist. That fish might be part of his imagination, or something that he is imagining. And so, again, you could be having a light bulb moment about like a change in your dream for your life. And I feel this is saying, go for it. You have the power to do it. In the area of the good stuff, you have two really good cards. You have this Buffalo Spirit, says the abundant universe will provide. You have the Squirrel, it says believe in yourself. And so I feel like believing in yourself is kind of like the trick here with these two cards. Funny enough, the Buffalo kind of does represent tower energy in some ways. And so, again, some of you maybe feel like you've been going through a storm. But now I feel that you are kind of getting to the other side of a storm where there's like fresh green grass. The story of the buffalo, there's a story of the buffalo and the cow. The buffaloes, they run through the storm to get to the other side, but the cows run away from the storm, and by the time they get to the end, basically what happens is they get to grass that's already been grazed on, and they also get rained on. Buffaloes go through the hard times, they run through the storm, and when they get to the other side, they get this fresh, clean grass on the other side because they went through it. And so I definitely am getting that. Tower, Buffalo, it's like you've been going through this storm in your life, and I feel like you're about to get the green grass. Here you go. You have green grass right here on the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is probably a new beginning or something new. Something that is like spring-like, that spring, fresh, green grass energy, and that's really what I get on the that's really all I'm getting on the Page of Pentacles, is that you're just getting to this green grass. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, so there you go. Like I said, definitely could be a little bit of fortune after difficulty coming in for you. Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family as well. Not really a love reading. I feel this is a all about you reading, but if you do want love, you could be attracting a person who wants something long term, or you could be attracting a person who really wants to like have a family or have something better. You have the Hermit. We kind of already talked about the Hermit, but I feel like the Hermit is you. Again, the Hermit has been through something difficult. He has gone through a storm as well. He has done some soul searching. He's had a dark night of the soul, and now he's coming out the other side, and he is shining his inner light. But the Hermit kind of says you need to shine your inner light. You need to do things that kind of make you stand out or get you more attention, and that's what I feel the Hermit wants you to do. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is knowledge and wisdom. Having been through a storm, I feel that you are getting all the knowledge and wisdom necessary to be very successful. The King of Swords, I always say, he's been through like the most battles out of any of the kings in the tarot. So he has all that knowledge and wisdom. He's been through the most battles, but it's made him very strong. So I think the whole entire reading is kind of saying that you need to believe in yourself with that squirrel spirit, because you are very strong because of what you have been through. And now you're like displaying it to the world. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords. Again, it's coming up in the good stuff. The Ten of Swords in the good stuff would represent a blessing in disguise. He's making a symbol right here with his hand, and it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card, and it just represents a blessing in disguise. So I feel like there is some sort of blessing in disguise coming in here. With the Hermit, you have the Ace of Swords, big victory. Yeah, I think this reading is like fortune after difficulty. I think it's saying that you've been through the storm. Now you're getting the fortune, which is the greener grass on the other side, and it's because of what you've been through. And, again, love it. I think that this right here is a very good card and very good for your reading. I also think that the Ace of Swords is talking about your focus, but it could also be talking about sharing your words, because the Ace of Swords is like a card of communication, and you have this Hermit card, so it might be time to share your words with the world. You have this Parrot. It says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. So I would just ignore it. We have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year. Mars retrograde is like notorious for gossip. The quick solution is to completely ignore it. During Mars retrograde, if someone gossips about you, it makes them look more guilty than you if you don't say anything. So I would just ignore it. You have this dog barking. It says advice from a friend. Yeah, I would pay, I think there's a lot of communication in this reading, like Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. There's a lot of stuff. Page of Pentacles as well. And you have Page of Cups. So there could be a lot of good advice available to you if you go and ask for it, or if you have people that are better than you at doing something. I would definitely get that advice. You have this Eagle. It says triumph over obstacles. Yeah, any obstacles that you're experiencing, I think you will be overcoming those things very easily. So there you go. You have this Harp. It says great happiness. We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family. It's also just happiness. You have the Empress. I do think it would be a good time for you to focus on things that make you happy and, kind of like develop an environment of happiness. And that's what you could be doing here. You have this woman card. It says, and I always clarify these woman cards, man cards, whatever. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. And you have this bag. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. So if you're looking for more money, I would definitely, be on the lookout for a new job, new raise, new promotion, something along those lines there. But overall, pretty good reading. I think it's like a fortune after difficulty reading, like I said, but looks good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.